So, all right, this we don't need. Okay, and we're live. So I thought I'll do a short stream today. Just take a break from long streams. And probably in the next, I don't know, 30 minutes. I have like some 30 minutes or something like that to answer a question from the AMA. And this one was, okay, hi there, here's my question. How do I properly display rich text in Gatsby? Am I able to pull the rich text from Contentful with my specific query? For example, all Contentful blog, blah, blah, blah. This does not sound right. It does not sound good, but yeah. And yeah, tried this, but then all the styles were gone, kind of thing. So yeah, let me set up the file, and then where is it? I'm in workspace. Let's call this rich text Gatsby and cd rich text Gatsby, and then here we can do npx Gatsby new, and then in this file. So let me explain to you what is first, what is the contentful so yeah, I want to explain, okay, what is the rich text in general. So let me enter my password before that. Sorry about the hectic start, but yeah, just been and that's that. Yeah, let's go here. So I have this sandbox space. Okay, and no worries. And where is it? So I have content. Let's go to content model and then add one, and then this, call it rich content, just for the sake of that. And then this is rich text, so it's like text formatting with references and media. So this is a new field at in Contentful, and we can name this content and then hit create, but also we can do create and configure. Here you can say I want to allow certain format, or like I want to disable all of them or enable all of them. So you really here can customize the editor. So we will have that. Maybe you can add a normal text and call this title and hit create, and then I can move this to be here, and then this we can set it as entry title. So yeah, a simple content type. And then if we go back to content after this is saved, and we do add rich content, this will allow you to write like the title here, and then here I can do some text, I can apply some styles, and so on. So and this will allow me also to link other entries. So you can actually get other entries like this video, for example, to be linked in the rich text here, and then you can also add some more text and so on. So that's the idea of rich text. But I guess the main question here, how do I like apply styles, and how do I do this or do that with rich text? It's fairly simple. Let's do a simple like design system kind of thing, and this will be like heading 2, and then heading 3, heading 4, heading 5, and heading 6. And you can see here like all the headings. So let's select this one. This is gonna be heading 1. This is gonna be heading 2, heading 3, and then and so on. Sorry, this is 5, and this is 6. And then maybe let's get some lorem ipsum text. This is for the paragraph. I mean, I can just copy this. I don't know what's going on with the internet. So I have that, and let's say, okay, let's item 1, and then list item 2, and then list item 3. And what else? Maybe we can add like the numbers. So list item 1, list item 2, and then list item 3. And then we can have like bold, italic, and then underline. So this one will be bold, this will be italic, and this will be underline. What else? We could also like have a code snippet maybe. Interesting. We could probably get some code. So let's get this part right here, and then paste it, and then make it as code. Okay, so we actually covered few things, but for the sake of completeness, let's include maybe an image. Okay. Yeah, so that's that. Let's now let's publish this. So let me install the Gatsby source contentful, and then contentful rich text types, and then contentful rich text react renderer. I hope I typed all of them right. So maybe I should also open that in VS Code. just to have a clearer clear items. Right. So this is what we have. This will be mod like not the Gatsby node, obviously. I want the Gatsby config. All right. So this is probably Gatsby, and maybe let's call it and Contentful Rich Text example. How to render different blocks from rich text in Gatsby. All right, I guess the author will be me, and we will care about the rest later on. So let's have the Contentful plugin first. So right here will be resolve, and then I want the Gatsby source plugin, Contentful, and with lowercase c. And then here we'll have the options, and then inside of the options we'll have space ID, and then access token. And to get these, we need to go to settings, API keys, and this is also like read only, so you'll be able only to read the content. So let's go here, copy our space ID, throw it in there, and then get the delivery key, and then throw it in there. Okay, so that's fine. We have our data, and let's do yarn develop, and then run our website. I'm interested in the data that we will pull already and the GraphQL schema. Okay. And let's go to our GraphQL stuff, and then here if we explore, we have this all contentful rich content, and I want the nodes, or I can do okay, yeah, I'm just like getting everything, nodes, and then what I want is the title and the content, and then the JSON of that content, and this is the data. So basically you receive always this JSON file, but it's like resolved. So let's copy this and go to our index page right here, and let's get rid of some stuff. We don't need these two, and we don't need this. Also the not the link, but we will need the GraphQL, and let's remove the image and these things. All right, and then here we will export the query. This query will be GraphQL, and then we paste the query here. Okay, so that's that. Now the page will get the prop data, and inside of the layout right here, maybe let's wrap this into brackets and then do like a return something. Okay, here we will do maybe, okay, const first, like first rich content, just content equal to data, and then it's gonna be all contentful rich content, and then dot nodes of 0. We want to get the first element. And now let's do import from contentful React render, and then this will be document to React component. No, cancel. Okay, so if we simply take this one, yeah, and paste it here, and then give it the first rich content dot content dot JSON, which is this part right here, and then we hit save. What's going on? Of course, this should be from, and then we go back to our local host. We're done with the GraphQL data. Something is wrong. I did this from. All is good. Let me refresh. What is going on? Index page. Give me stack trace. Nodes of undefined. Okay, data. Oh, okay. So I had like a typo in there. Yeah, so these are like, so I didn't do anything in here, but these are like the default styles by Gatsby. And this is because if we go into the layout, you can see here we're importing the layout CSS. So if we remove this layout CSS and then save here, you'll see like things change. Okay, so let's so there's two things that you can do, like use generic CSS and do things like, okay, I want my h1 to look a certain way. Let's look at h1. So here's like, oh, I want my h1 to look a certain way, and other stuff. That's fine. If you want to do that, you can do that. Notice here we're not displaying the image, so that's one of the issues. And also using this library, it actually will allow us to map every block in here to like our own container. Could be like here h1, could be something else. And that's done through passing a second argument, which is options. And then here, first element will be render node. And I think the other one is, so if we go to rich text, So let's go to maybe the HTML render. It's the same. So we have like render node, and this is this, and then there's also the render mark, which is responsible of bold, italic, underline, and then code. So let's add that also, and this will be an empty object. For now, this will stay the same. So let's go to our render node, and then if you can see here, we have blocks, which we will blocks, inlines, that we can, and then there's also marks. So what we can do is, let's import all of these elements like from the types that we already installed. So if we do Contentful Rich Text types, here you will see we have oh man, come on. Here we have blocks, and then inlines, and then marks. Okay, so let's take a look at maybe the headings. So here I'm gonna do blocks, and then this will be heading 1. And then what does the heading 1 do? Let's go to React renderer to just get a better node, and then children. So it would be something like this. So we'll have node and then children, and then this is like a heading 1, so we can do h1, h1. So we're interfering with this content, but it should stay the same. It's like showing us, if I refresh again, it's still showing us like h1. So I could like mess up with that, and then okay, make it span instead of h1, for example. Come on. What's going on here? Heading 1. Of course. So here I need to pass the options. I hit save. You can see here I completely changed my heading. So if I don't want to display the heading in a heading, I can do like span or something. So I can do here like h1. This is also the example right here. So you can see here like text, and then with a different class. So here, if you have your own styles, you would do like class names and then apply like heading 1, for example. And then if I go, let's say I have like some sort of design system or like some styling. So I would go maybe here, and then I would have like this heading class. Obviously you can have like generic stuff, and then maybe here this would be like color, and then give me red. And then if you go here, you can see, okay, this is like heading is red. I mean, we can now maybe do different things like so this will be like 2, and then heading 3, and then maybe heading 4, and then this would be blue, violet, and I don't know, any color. Did we do yellow? No, we didn't do yellow. So, or maybe yellow green. Now, if I go here, I can scale this, and by doing this, let me. So this will be heading 2, heading 3, heading 4, and obviously here I will have like 2, 2, and then H3, and then H4. And here's the heading 2, heading 3, heading 4. Hit save. You can see here I applied the colors to all these different elements. Yeah. So let's display the image. So if you go back here and then see all the available stuff, you can see that we have like this embed asset. So it's gonna be also a block, but this one is gonna be a little bit different because we need this node right here. So this is gonna be maybe an image, and the source will be node dot node, I think dot data dot target. Let me see. Maybe let's take this and then do the GraphQL again. And then where is that? I mean, data.target dot fields title, fields, and then file, and then URL. It's gonna be data. So we have the node data target, and then fields, like right here, and then we will have file. This is a bit like silly, but we need to do the English US. But I think there was a PR that already fixes that, and you don't need to specify the locale. It will pick like the locale for you. And then here it's gonna be URL. And since this without is like without a protocol, so we can do things like HTTPS to just force things to work. And then if I hit save and then go back to my my display element, you can see here is like I actually can display my image. And you can apply the same thing for like all these elements right here. So yeah, you can apply your styling. Basically, you can do the same approach. You have blocks, and inside of blocks, there's like different ways. You could look at all the types in here and use that to do stuff like this, for example. What else? Yeah, I think that's like the basic idea. This is like for headings, but also maybe we want to do like something like with paragraphs. So let's just finish paragraphs, and then okay, paragraphs, and then here this will be P, and then class name is let's call it copy, just for the sake of that. And then in layout, here we will have something like copy, and what can we do with that? Font. Wait. Let's say bold. And then let's going back to our, what is that? What? Something is wrong. Going back to these items, you can see like everything is is bold right now because this is part of the paragraph. I can also do yeah, I mean basically you get the idea. So I'm gonna create this repo and then push it to GitHub, and then people can use it. Yeah, and that's answering this question right here. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next stream. I have to go.